Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, yet something still feels wrong? You've got the job, the phone, the followers. You've read the books, followed the productivity hacks, maybe even practiced meditation. Yet deep down, there's a gnawing emptiness. You wake up tired, not from lack of sleep, but from a lack of peace. You smile, but it doesn't reach your soul. You laugh with friends, but loneliness clings to your spirit like a shadow. And you wonder why? Why, when you followed the world's blueprint for happiness, do you still feel like something is missing? Here's the truth most people are too scared to admit. The human soul wasn't designed to run on success, validation, or even emotional highs. You weren't wired to live off temporary pleasure or superficial peace. You were built for something deeper, something eternal. Just like an engine can't run without fuel, your spirit can't run without God. That's not a religious statement, it's a design reality. You were created by Him and for Him. Anything else you try to run on, ambition, relationships, entertainment, will eventually leave you running on fumes. Many people try to be their own savior. They hustle harder, distract themselves more, drown their pain in noise, or numb it with escapes. They say things like, "I'll be happy when I get promoted," or "I'll feel peace once I'm in a relationship," or "Everything will be better when I'm finally successful." But how many of those moments have actually satisfied your soul? How many times have you reached the goal, only to feel emptier than before? The world taught you to chase the next thing, but Jesus taught something different. He taught that peace is not found in external achievements. It's found in internal connection. Peace is not the absence of problems. It's the presence of God. Here's a tough truth. You cannot build lasting happiness on a foundation that excludes your Creator. Many people try to live their own version of a good life while keeping God at a distance. They want the benefits of peace without the surrender it requires. But you can't have deep joy while ignoring the very source of it. You can't experience fullness while turning away from the one who made you whole. That's like trying to breathe without oxygen. Jesus didn't come to give you temporary inspiration. He came to give you life, real life from the inside out. A kind of life that isn't shaken by external storms because it's rooted in something eternal. And yet we often ask, why does life still feel hard, even when I'm trying to do everything right? Maybe you're praying, hoping, waiting, but nothing seems to change. Your dreams are delayed, your prayers seem unanswered, and it's easy to think that God is ignoring you. But let me tell you something, God's silence is not His absence. Just because you can't see movement doesn't mean He's not working. There is a deep mystery in how God moves. He doesn't operate by our timelines. He's not a vending machine that gives instant results. He is a wise and loving Father who knows that some of the most important things in your life take time to build. Think about this. You don't plant a seed and expect a tree the next day. The seed must be buried, nurtured, and protected. It must survive dark soil before it ever sees the light. And sometimes you are that seed. You're in the dark, wondering if anything is happening. You're tempted to dig yourself out, to find shortcuts, to question everything. But in those moments, remember this. The silence of God is often the soil where transformation grows. He is not denying you. He is developing you. This brings us to the second truth. God's delays are not His denials. We often interpret waiting as rejection. We think, if it hasn't happened yet, maybe it never will. But waiting is not a punishment, it's a process. God isn't trying to hurt you. He's preparing you. Sometimes, the door is closed not because He's saying no, but because you're not ready to walk through it yet. What you think is delay, He knows is protection. What you call rejection, He calls redirection. If God gave you everything you wanted the moment you asked, you'd miss out on the person He's shaping you to become. Many people lose faith in the waiting. They give up because the answer didn't come fast enough. But following Jesus was never about getting everything we want. It's about becoming everything we were meant to be. Sometimes that means walking through valleys. Sometimes it means standing still in the unknown. But always, it means trusting that your Father knows what you need before you do. It means believing that even the silence is sacred. And here's the third point. one that will challenge and stretch you. Patience is not just a virtue, it is spiritual strength. We live in a world addicted to speed. Fast results, fast food, fast love, fast fame. And in this race, patience feels like weakness. But in God's kingdom, it's the opposite. Patience is power. It is a sign of maturity. You and I must learn to do the same. When life feels like it's on pause, when your plans are on hold, when your prayers are met with silence, this is your opportunity to lean into trust instead of fear. You're not being ignored. You're being shaped. Your roots are growing deeper so that your future can stand taller. Don't despise this season. Don't rush it. The character you build in the waiting room is the character that will sustain you on the platform. So if you feel lost, tired, or forgotten, let me tell you, you are exactly where you need to be. Not because everything is perfect, but because the God who made you is still in control. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to stay connected to the one who does. Your heart was never meant to be filled by this world. It was designed for Him. Run to Him, rest in Him, and trust that even in the silence, even in the waiting, even in the unknown, He is building something beautiful in you that will last. So many people give up on faith because their questions didn't get answers. Why did this happen? Why didn't He stop it? Why am I still waiting? And in the silence, they assume God is cruel or absent. But what if the silence isn't cruelty, it's calling? What if, in that silence, God is inviting you into something deeper? What if you don't need an explanation, you need intimacy? Jesus never promised that we'd understand every twist in the road, but He did invite us to follow Him through it. Sometimes we only see the purpose when we look back. But in the middle, what we need most is not clarity, it's trust. It's here we encounter the sixth truth. Your true identity is not defined by your past, your pain, or your achievements. It's defined by God. The world will try to name you based on what you've done or what's been done to you. You're the failure. You're the addict. You're the one who messed up. Or on the flip side, you're the successful one, the talented one, the popular one. But Jesus tears all of that down. He doesn't label you by your worst moment or your best one. He calls you by your true name, chosen, loved, redeemed. Your past might explain you, but it does not define you. What defines you is who you belong to. So many people are chasing identity in all the wrong places. They try to be who the world wants or who their trauma shaped them to be. But Jesus offers something different. He doesn't just forgive your past. He gives you a new future. He rewrites the narrative. He calls you out of shame and into purpose. You are not what you've been through. You are not what you lost. You are not even what you've achieved. You are who He says you are. And when you begin to live from that identity, not for it, that's when your soul starts to come alive. Which leads us to the final truth. The life God offers is a daily journey, not a one-time moment. Many people think of faith as a box they check. I believe in God. Done. But Jesus never called people to a one-time decision. He called them to follow Him daily, intimately, honestly. That means waking up each day and saying, God, I don't have all the answers, but I trust You. Shape me, lead me, help me to become who You created me to be. It means staying connected to Him in prayer, not just when you're desperate, but as a rhythm of life. It means learning to hear His voice, feel His presence, walk in His peace. Spiritual life is not about perfection, it's about connection. You won't always feel inspired. You'll have days of doubt, struggle, fatigue. But the goal isn't to be flawless, it's to stay faithful, to keep showing up, to keep leaning in, to keep surrendering. That's what a real relationship with God looks like, not a performance, but a posture of daily dependence. Jesus didn't come to make you religious. He came to make you alive, fully alive. And that kind of life isn't built in a moment. It's built every single day, through every choice, every trial, every prayer. It's built when you choose forgiveness over bitterness, surrender over control, faith over fear. It's built in the quiet spaces where no one sees you, but God does. And it's in those daily, sacred moments that your soul finds what it's been searching for all along. Not more noise, not more things, but more of Him. So if your heart is weary, if your path feels uncertain, if your past screams too loud or your dreams seem too far, remember this. God is not done with you. He is still writing your story. And the chapters ahead will be better than the ones behind. Not because of your strength, but because of His. Keep going. Keep trusting. Keep surrendering. You were made for more than survival. You were made for divine purpose. And that purpose begins and is sustained by staying close to the One who gave you breath.